Good afternoon, students. Today we are taking up poem 5, Be the Best, written by Douglas Malloch. Before we go to the poem, just concentrate on the title of the poem, Be the Best. What the poet wants to say is, whatever little task that you do, whether it is a big one or a small one, involve yourself to the best of your ability. Let's see the poem first. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a shrub in the valley, but be the best little shrub by the side of the rill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. So see, the first stanza tells you about that if you are not able to be a pine tree, where do you find pine trees? In the high mountains, in the colder region. For example, the Christmas tree. So if you can't be a huge or beautiful tree like a pine tree on the hill, you can be just a shrub, a bush in the valley. Hill is giving you the height. Valley is giving you the low. So pine and hill both signifying the heights. Huge, size, shrub and valley showing the small ones. Be the best little shrub by the side of the rill, that is a small stream. Rill is a stream. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. Everybody cannot be a celebrity. Everybody cannot become a public figure. But whatever task you do it with your best efforts. Let us see the second stanza. If you can't be a bush, be a bit of the grass, and some highway happier make. If you can't be a muskie, then just be a bass, but the liveliest bass in the lake. So the second stanza, the poet is telling you to be grass. If you can't be a bush, be blade of a grass. Now grass in your lawn, for example, when you sit on it, when you walk on it, when you just look at it, it gives you such a soothing feeling. Though it is much smaller compared to a tree, whether it be pine tree, a peepal tree, a banyan tree, yet it is so important. So a person passing on the highway, if he sees meadows, that means area covered with grass, it is very pleasant to the eyes. So if you can't be a bush, be grass and cause happiness to the travelers. If you can't be a muskie, that is a huge fish, be a bass, small one, because they are more active. Many of you must be having aquarium at home, and you do keep fish in that, and you'll find some of those tiny fish, they are very active, while the big ones, they are still at the aquatic plant. So liveliest is active. See the third stanza. We can't all be captains. We've got to be crew. There's something for all of us here. There's big work to do and there's lesser to do. And the task you must do is the near. So here the poet is saying, everybody cannot be monitors in the class. Just like everybody cannot be captain. In the ship there's only one captain. The others are helpers, which are called crew. But there is work for everyone. Nobody is left without doing anything. There is big work to do, there is less work to do. But which work will you do first? Meaning giving priority to which task? Whichever is near to you, meaning which is more important. The fourth stanza. If you can't be a highway, then be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. If you can't It isn't by the size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. So the poet is telling you, everybody cannot be a huge ship or a huge aeroplane. You'll find even small vehicles. Highway, then you'll be a trail. Trail is what? The footprints which will give guidance to the others who are passing on that path. If you can't be the sun, be a star. Star also gives beauty to the sky at night. The sun is very bright during the day, but at night it is the stars twinkling that creates poets and the artists. It isn't by the size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. So whatever work you take in hand, be painting, be writing, be reading, or helping mother in the kitchen, or even setting the table for dinner or lunch, put your soul in it. Worship the work you do, and you'll find the results are astonishingly beautiful. You find the best results when you have done the work heartily, with concentration. Many times you find your mother in the kitchen, while she is cooking, she is humming some tune. So she is happily cooking the food. And that food, when you eat, you find it so delicious. Now let us see also the meanings. Rill is a small stream, as I told you. Muskie is a big fish. Bass is a small one. Crew, persons working on a ship. And trail is a narrow path. Now you find that even in your, say your garden, or which is a muddy area, when people have walked on the same path, the mud in that area settles down. And for long distance you can see the path going, though it is very narrow. So that is the trail. The pine tree, Christmas tree, where do we find them? In the mountains. The wood of this tree is very soft. Nowadays they are using the wood of this tree also for making furniture. See the huge fish, that is the muskie. And if you can't be a captain, see how the captain is dressed. I'm sure you can recall the movie Titanic. When the ship had been struck by the iceberg, the captain standing and feeling so sad, especially for the passengers. Of course, the ship was also very costly. Let's see the explanation. The poet has suggested something sound and solid. The title, Be the Best. It is suggesting something very, very sound, very concrete. Solid is something concrete. Looking around the world, the poet finds some complex amongst the human beings. Some complex means some people have that inferiority complex, some have the superiority complex, and many times when you go to such places, you feel out of place. So complex is that inferior or superior feeling. To be small, simple and poor is not at all insignificant. They have their own importance. Even the tiniest of things has its own importance. And they too are responsible and have their share in beautifying and reverberating happiness around. I told you that blade of grass. When you walk on it, when you lie on it, when you sit on it, when you see stretches and stretches of meadow, that is the land covered with grass, your eyes feel soothing. They feel very comfortable. And it gives happiness to the travelers on the highway. So do not hesitate. Don't hesitate to be what you are. Everybody cannot come first in the class. Everybody cannot come first in a race. It is always one who is right at the top. But that does not mean that I cannot do, so I shall not try. Do not hesitate, meaning do not think of giving up. Be happy and content in every situation. You see the house and the buildings of the other people, their homes, and then you keep on crying, I don't have this and I don't have that. It only can bring sadness. So whatever you have, be happy with it in every situation and put in the best effort. Now I might give you one example here. Abraham Lincoln, who became the President of America, was only a cabin boy working on a ship, carrying and doing the work for the captain, the crew, and other people on the ship. And he became the President of America. The second example we have Mr. Narendra Modi, starting his life with a chaiwala, today becoming the Prime Minister. You might also remember one of the movies in which Amitabh Bachchan, he was polishing shoes on the roadside and he became a very successful person later on. So, whatever work is done by these people, they have done it wholeheartedly, with full concentration, devotion, with faith, and the results we can see it. I hope you have understood the poem. Now let us see few question answers. MCQ. If you can't be a pine on the top of the what? Is it a field, valley, hill or plateau? The answer is underlined for you. Top of the hill. Both pine and hill show the height. Huge, size, big. The second question. The word rill means what? Does it mean a tree, lake, pond or a stream? The answer has been underlined for you. Stream. Third question. Which word rhymes with the word trail? Crew, star, fail. Here, trail and fail. They rhyme with each other. What is the message of this poem? Does it aim very high? Does it always show off? Do something very big? Or be the best at whatever you do? Correct? Answer D. Be the best at whatever you do. I'll go back a little. In the beginning we had that poem. See how the words which are colored. Hill is rhyming with rill. B rhyming with tree. Grass with bus, make and lake. Crew and do, here and near. Trail and fail, star and are. So these are the rhyming words which you generally find it in the poems. We are going back to the MCQ questions we did, and now we have question answers from your exercise. What advice does the poet give to the people in the first stanza of the poem? The poet tells the people, that means the readers, that it does not matter if they are not big like pine tree, if they are not huge like pine tree. They can content themselves, meaning be satisfied, by just being a bush. These little things have their own importance, or the word which I had used earlier was significant. Second question. Why does the poet say we can't all be captains? In this case I had told you, all cannot be monitors in the class. then it will be only noise and no work will be accomplished. So everywhere, even in the cricket team, you have one captain. In the football team, you have one captain. So one person takes the decision. So similarly, the captain will take all the decisions. Answer is, a ship can have only one captain. So it is understood others are crew. Even in your class, there is only one monitor while others are students. Third question. What, according to the poet, decides our victory or failure? So how can you measure yourself and how can you satisfy yourself? Answer. According to the poet, our victory or failure is decided by the task we select and chase it with perfection. Now what I am good at, if I keep on doing that, the others will be left and I'll never learn how to do it. So I must select even the toughest of tasks and put in my 100% and I'll be perfect in that. It is immaterial whether one wins or fails. At least at the end of the day you are happy that I had put in my efforts. But then after that it is destiny. Sincere effort is victory. In spite of it, one does not succeed, which we call failure. But does that mean that we give up? No. We try again and again. You might have seen the spider. How many times you might have broken its web and yet it makes it once again. Question 4. What is the message of the poem? The message of the poem is also, you can take it from the explanation part, but in short answer you would be writing, size is not very significant. What is important is the best and sincere effort put in by oneself. That is, put in by anyone. It can be you, it can be me, it can be your friend or your parent. Even animals do their best. That is the sincere effort. So that was the poem. I hope you enjoyed it.